Hi, I'm Katie, and I went to Berlin in search of becoming a global citizen.
Brooke, where are we going?
We're going to Deutschland. We went to the Reichstag the second day we got to wander Berlin. The Reichstag is like the German version of our Capitol building. It's where their parliament meets, which is their system of government. It's where everything goes on. I feel like tourists would look at the building and their government and compare it to their own. But a global citizen would see the building itself as it is, a symbol of growth. The Germans used to cover up their past, which is understandable because after losing a war, the last thing you want to do is remember that war. But now they've opened it up. They're showing off their mistakes from the past as a way to make sure they're not doing them again, and that's so cool. The Reichstag was very impactful for me because while I was constantly surrounded by people who were different from me, this building showed me how much of a cultural difference there was, which really solidified the fact that we were in a different culture and a different part of the world.
Hey guys, where are we going?
We're going to Ravensbrück.
Ravensbrück is a concentration camp that was mainly for women. Traveling to Ravensbrück was very, very heavy. I think that if tourists visit Ravensbrück, they would be sad and they might find it interesting, but more often than not, I feel like tourists might not even visit here. They might look at it and think about how evil the people here were or how this was a situation that only happened because of a few rotten eggs, and never look at the real, true causes. A global citizen would also be sad, but they would look more into the causes of why this happened and how it's impacted the culture. Not only would they look at it from their perspective, but they would try to look at it from the perspective of another German citizen, both then and now. How did this impact the culture and how is it interpreted by the Germans? What was the culture like when this happened and why was this allowed to happen with normal people doing horrific things? They would ask themselves more in-depth questions surrounding the places that they visit and try to understand it less from an outside perspective and more of how this situation had an impact as a whole.
Let's get this dancing in here too. Get it? Jackson, you got anything?
Can you shimmy?
In the beginning of this class, I said that global citizenship is being an active, engaged member of the global community. Then, later, I defined global citizenship as the understanding and acceptance of other cultures, and the ability to fit into those cultures while still remaining true to yourself. And now, I would say that global citizenship is an appreciation and understanding of other cultures, allowing yourself to not only keep parts of your culture and way of life around, but also being open to learning and experiencing other cultures, and taking the best parts of all the cultures and blending them together into the best human you can be. And that's really hard. Going to Berlin didn't magically make me a global citizen, but it did give me time to experiment with my view of global citizenship and see how I could look at another culture from the view of that culture rather than my own. It showed me where my faults still lie and what more I can be doing to continue to work toward this view of global citizenship that I have created. So, am I a global citizen? No, but I am trying, and maybe someday I'll get there.